Why did I get mixed up with that broad?
Because she got a great ass. And you got your head all the way up it.
Jesus.
When I think of asses, a woman's ass, something comes out of me. It makes me want to talk about movies.
Hello!
Hey everybody!
Hello.
What's up?
Welcome back to the Chorizo Bros. We have three guys back at it again.
Let's go.
Part of the original crew and part not.
Yeah.
Chris has been on multiple episodes at this point.
Yeah.
Which ones have you helped us out on?
The Rocky 1s and 7.
Yeah, we did 7, yeah.
Nice.
And he did the What's in the Box?
Oh!
Did you wear that tie in the last one too?
I think so.
Yeah, you might have been wearing that tie.
Yeah, I was wearing the jacket,
That was a fun
different
one. That
jacket.
was a fun one to do.
Nice.
Cool. So thank you for joining us again. We're
Of
trying
course.
to we need a 3-person energy here sometimes.
It brings a little new element.
We need
to
a little
it, you know?
bit, and also throughout this journey, this movie watching and talking journey, we're wanting Chris to get caught up with some movies in the past that meant a lot or have some cultural significance.
I do need
That's kind of where we've been at, and you've been doing real good. I know movies aren't your thing, but we're getting there.
We are.
We're enjoying. Hopefully,
I enjoyed this one.
Good.
I enjoyed this one.
So what we're gonna do is what we normally do, guys. If you haven't noticed by our setup, we are doing 1995's Heat. All right. So the way we normally do it on the show is each member of the crew is going to do their 5-star review, and then after that, a spoiler-free, quick 5-star review, and then we're going to go knee-deep into spoilers, guys. We're going to talk about the movie as though everybody watching has seen it all the way through, knows all the twists and turns, knows the ending, knows who dies, right? So we don't want to ruin it for you who haven't seen it. So we're going to recommend, if you don't give a shit about spoilers, to go ahead and keep watching. But if you do, listen to our review, go watch the movie, and then come back to it. So I think Chris wanted to start us off, right? We're going to make the protege come in and do it.
I just watched it a few minutes ago.
Nice.
I honestly...
The freshest it could possibly be.
Hey, at least it's top of mind.
Right. I have to give it like a 4.5, honestly. I really enjoyed it. I liked the... First of all, it was very, very, like, there was a lot going on. It was a long movie. It was a long movie. About almost 3 hours. It was a good ride, though. Good ride.
It's 3 hours. Yeah, it's like 2 hours, 50 minutes.
I enjoyed the different relationships going on between the characters, especially two of the big main characters. It was really cool to see that, even though they were very, very different, but also very much the same. Mm-hmm. I think I'll leave it at that, honestly.
Good, cool, yeah, because there's a lot we can unpack just with that.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go next. I know Jeremy said he was kind of wanting to go last. I think I'm going to land pretty much where you are. I do have some criticisms for it, but they're not too much. They're not too heavy. This is basically a really good movie. But I can totally understand it not being for everybody, and I think it's because it outstays its welcome. I think that for what it's doing, there's a lot of great things here going. I guess we can get to the more spoilery stuff here in a second. Basically, if you like action movies, if you like heist movies, if you like AAA actors, we got big names in here.
Lots, yeah.
And it's incredible. If you want to see a movie with some heavy hitters like Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, I would say just watch it for that. If you're fans of them already, this is all you need to hear to see this movie. There's some incredible action in here, and that's kind of where this showcases its skill, is with the action scenes, I think. I think it sits at about a 4.5, and we'll get a little bit more into the criticisms later. Basically, it's a little over long. Long is okay, but this is a little bit over long for me. Jeremy, light us up, man, because I'm ready. I'm ready to hear.
Oh man, dude.
I'm ready to hear. I don't think you're gonna land on 4.
Dude, I think you guys might be surprised. I want to give it like a 2.5, but I actually am going to give it a 2. And I've thought about this a lot. And it's kind of shocking because hearing you guys at 4.5, I'm like, it doesn't surprise me that much. I kind of figured y'all would rate it so highly, but I thought it was a 2. I had to force myself to watch it. The action scenes were cool. I just did not really care about the characters that much. And to me, when I'm watching a movie, that's crucial. So I'll get into it a little bit.
Get into it now. We're here. Guys,
so
you have our reviews. Do you think people should watch it? Even though you didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely an audience for it. You've got great actors in it. You've got great action scenes. So there's definitely a market for it. So yeah, everybody who's into that should watch it. But I do think that there's probably a good chunk of people that may agree with me, may not, and that's okay. And
Yeah.
that's the cool thing about art. It's subjective.
I mean,
so
yeah.
the main
Yep.
thing that I don't really care about this film is that I just don't give a shit about any of these guys. Like, there's not a lot of like backstory about Al Pacino's character to make me truly care and want him to get the guy. Same thing with Robert De Niro. I don't get a lot of like backstory. I don't really care that like what's his motivation behind it. It's not too strong. There's motivation there, but it's not very strong for me. And same with like his love interest. There's not a whole lot of meat there with her to get a true caring nature whenever he decides to leave. And so I feel like a lot of the characters, it's a lot like that. They're in it, and there's a lot of characters in this movie. And the only really person I really cared for was the black guy, the cook.
I felt
I
that
felt
too.
like-
I really wanted him to be in the movie more.
Yeah, like him, I got a little bit more exposition because he just came out of jail. He's trying hard. You could see that he's struggling with this new job. And so, like, I cared a lot about him, but he was an afterthought in this whole thing. So when he died, it wasn't like a grand shot that he died. It's just he died. So I feel like, yes, there's heavy hitters in this movie. Yes, there's a lot of action and all that's cool. But for me, I had to force myself to watch it.
Interesting. Because you've liked some movies that I've really not liked and had to force myself to finish. And so it's interesting to find like what that is for you and what that is for me, and like
For sure.
why they're kind of like your vibe isn't on this all the way and mine really is.
One thing I did want to say is, and this might be controversial, I hated Al Pacino in this movie.
I found this to be one of his more unique performances, and I'll go into a little bit more why that is.
I just thought that a lot of his,
Cartoony?
I'm like, it was like he was trying too hard to be
Oh,
a
yeah,
certain
yeah.
I can
thing.
see that.
Do you know
I
what
can
the
see
choice
that.
is so we can tell them?
I think I researched a little bit because I was curious.
Yeah.
So,
It's been confirmed. I saw a very recent interview he did, and he
Okay.
like says that's exact whatever what you're about to say. That's exactly what
Like,
he's
he's
doing.
And you're
Coked
like,
out,
yeah,
like,
that
He
makes
was
sense.
stealing, because he rides the line of morality. He
Yes.
rides
Definitely.
it. Interesting situations with criminals and being like, oh, you're gonna be my rat, and so he's definitely the type to cross that line. What Al Pacino had said was, for this performance, part of the outlandish, wild way that he talks is because he's secretly stealing from the evidence locker, or like when he pulls people over for drugs, he like pockets some of it. So he definitely is on cocaine like the whole time, and that's why you're unsure about why he's a wild card. You don't know what the hell's going on.
yeah.
And I can get you being like, why is he acting like that? But if you know people,
It's like, oh,
it makes
okay.
it makes a lot of
okay,
sense.
now I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah. But I think that's interesting. Why not at least show a couple scenes about that, like him struggling to go
Oh,
through
you
that?
want the overlong movie to show more?
Well, I think they could cut out a lot and just focus more on a few characters so that I care more about a few of them rather than like all these other random characters that you could potentially just cut out.
Sure.
That's my opinion.
I see what you mean, and I cannot fault you for not liking a performance.
But there was some aspects about this movie that I thought was really cool. One big thing I really liked that I don't think a lot of films do is they treated the cop, the detective, Al Pacino's character, like he's a gangster. Like, from the beginning, I thought that was a choice from the filmmakers. Like, hey, let's make him seem like he's a, this high-level gangster in a gang, and he's the thief. And then Robert De Niro's character is a little bit more reserved. He's wearing a fancy suit. He's definitely more refined, and you usually see that in like the cops. They're more refined. They've got the nice suit. So I thought that was really cool, and I could appreciate that direction that they went with. But yeah.
Yeah, the whole point of this movie is this is a rival story.
Mm-hmm.
The whole point of this movie, these guys could be doing anything that involves them being at odds. It just so happens it's more interesting that it's a cop versus a criminal. But this story is a rival story. It's two evenly matched dudes going head to head, and this is what happens when you see it. Because you could recast it or like flip it around where Yeah, Al Pacino is the Robert De Niro guy, and he's got the crew, and they're taking scores, and Robert De Niro's the cop trying to fucking fight him and stop him. And you can even switch cops and crews, kind of interchangeably.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so you could see Chris Cyrillis as the Val Kilmer character. You can rest in peace, by the way.
Oh yeah,
that just happened.
That is weird. That's crazy.
Very recently, yeah. Like we were gonna film and then it happened.
Oof.
Yeah. So rest in peace, Val Kilmer. But yeah, you could these are interchangeable because that's the point of a story, is that these are supposed to be yin and yang. They're supposed to be mirrors. If you didn't pick up on that, or if it doesn't matter, then whatever. But what you said is exactly it. The fact that you said the performance was that they treat him and shoot him like a gangster, and then they do the opposite for him. That was very intentional. That's very much in the music that plays, in the way that it's shot, the kind of language they use,
even
how
some
cold
of the
and calculating that the one is.
Like even the decor, like his house, kind of seemed very like it seemed like he was very well off and well.
No, yeah, because they're in LA.
Right.
And like they got money and...
Yeah, and they're like at this party and they're all like... I could have swore there was a shot where one of his police officers was like kind of like motorboating his wife or whatever, and it just reminded me of like a gangster snorting coke on a lady's chest.
Of course,
I was like,
yeah.
I was like, that was a
They're all kind of the same.
Right.
Yep. Well, I was saying earlier, the relationship between Robert De Niro and Al Pacino's characters, it's so... Like, at the end, you can see that Al Pacino, he's, like, on the... I feel like he was on the verge of tears for, like, mostly just because they have such similar motivations.
Yeah. They're pretty similar. Like, even when they're in the coffee shop, they're... yin and yang, like you're saying, like, hey, I don't know what else I could do. And he's like, yeah, me neither. So they're pretty very similar as far as the actions that they do and what they want to do in their life.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see where he was kind of like, it was kind of cool. They're holding each other's hand at the very end.
It was a long scene. That was a long scene of them just right there.
Yeah, it reminded me of that meme of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers when they're like, the big biceps. I thought of that. There is some clever artistry here, and I think Michael Mann gets looked over when it comes to things like this. He's a very stylish director, and there's a lot of stuff that I noticed are foreshadowed at the very beginning of this movie, just in terms of set design and cinematography, what the camera focuses on. And because I was really looking for it, because I watched it today. I started it right when I woke up. I was like, I'm gonna watch this movie. I forgot it was almost 3 hours long, Yeah. And I was like, I gotta get it, because I didn't know how early. Because if you were like, hey man, if we're gonna do this, I gotta come over at 4 or whatever. I was like, I gotta be ready.
Right.
So I watched it today, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna kind of not really pay attention to the dialogue as much. I'm gonna pay attention to the visuals.
Ooh.
So some of the shots at the very beginning are like, oh my god, he's kind of foreshadowing the whole thing. So at the very beginning, there's the opening credits scene. And it shows the outside of, I think it's a hospital, and it's got Michelangelo's Pieta. This is a famous sculpture that Michelangelo made. It's the Virgin Mary holding...
Wait. Is it the actual sculpture, or is it the name of something?
It's a replication. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay.
So it is they moved or redid the front of this building because that was an intentional decision on their part to design the front side of this building. I forget what it is.
Okay.
But it's a replica of Michelangelo's Pieta, which is the Virgin Mary holding Jesus' body. And I remember seeing it and being like, it looked out of place, but it's in the opening credits scene. So I was like, okay, it's like front and center. It's like real close to the front of the screen. And so I looked at it and I was like, Pieta, what is that? It translates to pity or compassion in Italian or Latin. One of the two. And that is foreshadowing what happens with Al Pacino and De Niro, because he holds him while he dies. And it's
showing that
De Niro's
compassion.
character walking by, and like you said, he almost seems like he's going to break into tears. Cause he almost sees him like a weird, like a best friend almost.
It's
like
weird.
like someone who would have been
weird,
his best. If they teamed up, they would have been unstoppable.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. So there's that shot specifically, and then I found out it was a replica because obviously they're not going to take it out of the place where it is.
Yeah.
But that was an intentional choice on the filmmakers to make it visible and make it big. Because I noticed it and I was like, what statue is that? I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Because of course, I've seen the movie before. I was like, there's that scene where he like holds him while he dies. There's a few. Let me go ahead and knock them out real quick. The first time our introduction to Al Pacino's character. I'm going to just use the actors here because I just keep forgetting what their fucking names are. Macaulay.
Yep, me too.
Yes.
Whatever.
Neil,
Al Pacino.
Neil, there you go.
Neil is De Niro.
Neil's De Niro.
De Niro, and then what's it?
Vincent? Hannah?
Vincent.
Okay, so but I'm going to do them interchangeably. I'm going to say Pacino.
Yeah.
So Pacino, our introduction to Pacino is him making love to his wife. And you go, okay, so what's going on there? And why is it, because I know the end of the story, where his relationship goes with her. So, what? Are you going to say something?
No, I'm like, I didn't even consider that first scene.
So
I'm like, oh, man.
His introduction is his relationship with her. And it's subtle, but it shows that he's not wearing his ring. But she is.
Oh, I missed that.
And you go, oh, well, maybe he just doesn't wear his jewelry. But clearly he's wearing like 3 chains, 3 necklaces while they're doing this. So it isn't because he doesn't want to wear the jewelry. There's some other reason why they're showing these two doing that. And then her saying like, oh, you want me to make breakfast? And you realize, oh my God, that's his wife. So if you're picking up on these clues, there's something already off about them. Mm-hmm. Okay? And then our introduction to Natalie Portman's character, because she has a mental breakdown big time later. Yes. We'll get into that. Some self-harm, uncomfortable stuff. But our introduction to her is she's supposed to meet her father, that you could tell there's tension there. Mm-hmm. And then she freaks out about the barrettes. She can't find her barrettes. They're these little clips for your hair.
Right.
And she needs a specific one because they have to match her dress because she's trying to get it perfect and it's not working. And then she has this, like, she starts crying for no reason, it seems like. It's like, why? But, like, she's a kid, whatever. If you look at the back, there's a painting in the back when that happens. Mm-hmm. And it's a woman's face. And her eyes are, like, gold or red. And her lips are blue.
Ooh, jeez.
Yeah. So, like, there's a lot of visual things going on here. And I'm sure I missed some. Those are just ones I took down when I was watching it today. Where I was like... Did you research these or did you... No, I saw those because I said I was going to look for it.
Wow.
Because Michael Mann is a very visual director.
And it's funny because, like, it's very subtle. In this type of movie, you wouldn't necessarily think to look for those types of things because there is, like, a lot of the action and... It's these mega stars and stuff. But
you miss it.
Yeah, because I missed all that entirely.
Yep. I also think that was something that they kind of couldn't open up more on in the movie, but it would have been another plot line they could have. I don't think. I mean, it's already long enough, but
it is.
I feel like they could have showed her a little bit more.
Who?
Natalie Portman.
Okay, so on that,
I think so too. Because
before we go deep into this, because we're going to be doing that about everything in this movie. This idea was supposed to be like a season 1 of a show. Does that make everything make a little bit more sense?
That's crazy.
So they went.
Wait. You're saying that they shot it?
No, the idea of this was supposed to be that it was originally pitched as like a season 1 of a show.
Okay, gotcha.
So when you go, oh, I would have liked to see the one black dude who was a cook and his exit out of prison, that could have been fleshed out way more. He would have been our favorite, I think. I'll vote on that. I'll say I'm very interested. Bro. I'm very interested. He's Deeds.
Dude, he's Deeds, bro.
I wanted to see him. He goes, man, fuck this. And he goes, let's go. Yeah. And you go, that feels like a big turn for what his character was trying to do, but it's because they didn't have time.
Yeah.
Because what they would have done in a TV show is have him maybe fuck up and then have his girlfriend give him shit for fucking up. And it keeps not working, but he keeps trying to do the right thing and he just can't grip it.
Yeah, this would have been a much better TV show.
Oh man, if this was like season 1 of a show, and then we would have had that one character, Waingro, he's a serial killer.
Yeah. Oof. He was freaking.
Can you imagine?
Oh, he definitely needed a lot more.
He needed more. I wanted to say,
yeah.
What, he's the Crenshaw killer. He would have had like a cool nickname in there.
Oh yeah.
But then having the guys, De Niro's crew, like not know who he is yet. Mm-hmm. See, I mean, there's so much they could have expanded on, and like this would have been a cool like book series. This would have been a cool season 1 of a show. It really lends itself to being a little bit longer, and some of these plot points could have hashed themselves out more. The Natalie Portman part, what you said, right. I couldn't agree more. I wanted to see more dramatic elements from that, and they had to pick the most dramatic thing that character was probably going to do. Was, hey, that's part of like Pacino's issues at home, is that he's trying to like keep it all in line, and he can't quite do that.
So, but that doesn't bother you from like, because you rated it pretty high.
Yeah, I love this movie.
So not having all those kind of time with each character doesn't bother you?
Yeah, that's part of the mark against it. I didn't give it a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, that's true.
I still think it does a good job in a 3-hour time period of getting everything in there.
Yeah.
And it's like bam after bam after bam. Like, oh my God. And then like near the end, just so much tension. Those last 10 minutes, I felt like forever.
Yeah, it does have that sort of climax of, because you think they kind of could have ended it at the shootout.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought would have happened. Like, where that's where De Niro goes out, is the shootout.
That's kind of I was thinking, too.
And then you kind of see an epilogue.
Like, maybe just, like, them two.
But then being like, De Niro got away. And then to see the conclusion of that with what happens at the airport. For me, it comes down to always
like the story.
Well, yes, but as far as the filmmaking part of it, where I never let that part go, where I kind of want to see what they were doing, and knowing that he was like, okay, how do I take this epic story, season 1 of a show or a mini series they would have done? Mm-hmm. Like, imagine if this was like Lonesome Dove length, where it was like 4 episodes and they're all about an hour long.
Right.
That would have been so sick.
Absolutely.
Right? And you could have fleshed out everybody appropriately. But they go, hey, we don't have the budget for that, but what we can do is do a 3-hour movie. And then you go, okay, how am I going to take the story and like whittle it down to still make sense? They probably filmed a lot more and left a lot out.
Well, I mean,
I don't think they were going. What else could we add? I'm sure they were like, okay, well, let's just film a shit ton of stuff, and in editing, we'll try to make it work for 3 hours.
Well, they did a pretty good job, I think.
I don't know, man. I feel like as much as I like the whole Natalie Portman in the movie, like I feel like you could cut that whole storyline out.
I agree. If they had cut it out, it wouldn't matter that much.
Right. I think you could actually cut out the cook. You could cut that out. Gosh, what else could you cut out? I mean, maybe they don't go on that score where they almost catch him. Maybe you could write it out to where that's not in it, just to give you a little bit more meat on all these characters. That's why I just really think that this movie's a 2 for me.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
I really wanted to like it.
Because it's okay to like also that the movie lets you fill in the gaps a little bit. Because for you to land at these characters, I don't care what happens to them at all, is crazy, because he really does try to flesh it out. Like what is going on? Why is it that, because you see that Robert De Niro, he lives his work. So you kind of understand that as the story unfolds.
Yeah.
And then what's trying to go on with his personal life is the opposite of what's happening with Pacino. They're going in different directions.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like what's happening on the screen is happening at me. Like these characters' decisions are happening at me and I'm not having it with them. You know what I mean? As opposed to like another movie where you see the change in the character from the beginning to the end. You can feel those motivations. You can see the struggle that they go through. And I feel like, man, I'm going along with them. I'm not just being shown like kind of like a PowerPoint, like, hey, this is an action that's happening. Here's how the person responds to it. So that's kind of how...
So something about it felt flat. Something about it felt like it wasn't meeting that emotional pull that you, for whatever reason you needed.
Right. And for me, when I'm watching a movie...
These are cold characters. That's part of it, too.
Yeah.
Like, you know that. You can see that, right?
Sure, definitely. But I think it's cool to dive deep into that. Like, I want to... Because I think Al Pacino did okay. Robert De Niro, I think, did excellent. But I wanted to, like, really get into the nitty-gritty of, like, hey, how does he really feel about this chick? I want to see them go on see how he treats her a little bit more. Because it just... In the end, you're setting it up. You're setting up that wow factor. Like, hey, he left her in 30 seconds, and that was huge.
I don't know, man. It did emotionally hit for me because again, what else did you need to see? They meet. He's kind of rude to her. He flips it over. He ends up going home with her. They talk about like where they're from. He didn't really know his dad. Doesn't know. My mom died when I was young. And then he's at the bar with all his buddies, and he looks around and he sees all my buddies are with their like wives and girlfriends, even though they have problems. Some of them have problems. He sees it, and then what does he do? He goes, "Excuse me," and then he goes and calls her.
Yep.
She's like, "Oh, I didn't think I was gonna hear from you again." Like, what else do you need?
But that's all it was just a little phone call. Like, there was... I didn't really feel that he truly cared for her. It just seemed like she was just a one-night stand that's, not going to stand the test of time.
Because he was actively keeping her at arm's length. It fits for what's going on.
Right.
So, what I'm asking is, like, well, what exactly... Give me an example of a scene that would have been like, where, oh, he left her? Holy shit. Like, that was clearly a hard decision for him to make.
It would have been cool maybe to see him struggle of, like, maybe he is planning a score, right? And there's, like, a special meeting that they all have to be there, and he's running it. And, like, he actually ends up getting there a little late because he was hanging out with her. And, like, they show a little scene, and he just lost track of time. And, like, little things like that. You see, like, little changes in him. And then at the very end, you think... And he still has those dialogues where he's like, hey... You gotta leave your life in 30 seconds flat.
Yeah. I wrote down what his line was there. Go on.
Yeah. And then what if, at the very end, you have this conundrum? You're like, man, is he actually going to leave that life behind him? Even though he did say...
you wanted another character, like, call him out because they can tell he's changing?
Right. And then at the very end...
I like that.
You know what? That's really
that.
good, man.
Yeah. Like,
that's
to
really
me,
good. I have to give you that. I would have, if I were directing this and somebody there was like, hey, maybe this is like the better way to go about it, I would be like, fuck, you're right. I'd probably fight you on it, but I think I would end up going, all right, you're right. That's really good.
Yeah.
Damn, that's good, man.
Because, I mean...
I'm glad I asked you because I was like, it was fine. And now you're like, nah, dude, like it needs just one thing.
Right.
But in a movie that's already this, because if it were a show, they would have done that.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, they would have done that.
They had what they had. It's already 3 hours. You can't really have much more. I like the pacing actually,
really?
Because I think that also comes with like just I'm a little faster paced when it comes to things, a little more ADHD, if you will. So having all these things come at me quick, like it was a full season show crammed into 3 hours. I kind of digged it.
Oh,
I kind of digged
it. We're asking Gen Z. How does Gen Z feel about Heat?
I mean, so for maybe somebody who doesn't have the attention to sit through like a whole series to know the ins and outs of all these characters, this is actually okay for you. And not knowing all the little details or not knowing too much exposition of these characters is okay.
It kind of
as long as the story makes sense.
It makes sense. I can kind of like put things in place, like how this went down. I still felt everything, all the emotions there, all the tension. It still made sense in the end.
You know who I really liked was the older guy who kind of like sets them up with scores.
Yeah, he was cool.
I
kind of would have liked to, because
needed more.
Honestly, it reminded me of who's the character in Breaking Bad, the tough. He's like an older guy. He's like a tough mercenary type. He's like the bald guy. Yeah,
Mike.
I think it's Mike. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't really care for Breaking Bad too much, but there are some cool characters in there. Yeah, it was okay. But that guy kind of reminded me of him, where he's got the wisdom of criminal life, understands how criminals think.
He's like
he knows kind of the right way to if you're partnered with him, you'll kind of be okay.
Right. He's got all the answers.
Yeah, and I really liked him. I kind of wanted to see more of that. Mm-hmm. And these characters don't really fall flat for me, but I love that we kind of like see. Are you De Niro or are you Pacino?
I would say that I'm definitely. Gosh, I don't know. I don't think I'm like either one of them.
Who then?
I'm Pacino for sure.
I'm De Niro.
Well, yeah, you got the suit. Yeah, I think you're more I don't know, man.
Yeah, because I'm the one that gets mad. I'm the one that holds on to their angst, and De Niro doesn't really do that.
No, he's real calm, collective.
Yeah, that's not me. I would be like, she got a great ass. That's me, dude.
Oh, man.
I talk like that already.
She got a great ass, and you got your head all the way up it.
Oh gosh. So yeah, some of those scenes, like, I was
Yeah, they're a little much.
whoa, dude, like, come on, man.
But I love it. You know,
No,
I want to see
yeah.
I want to see Al Pacino chew the scenery sometimes. It's fine. I'll forgive it. Let's talk about. Do you guys know who Hank Azaria is?
no.
That does not ring a bell.
Hank Azaria is one of the main guys in The Simpsons. He's the guy that he says, "She got a great ass." The guy he's saying that to is one of the Simpsons creators. He does several
that's
voices.
right. Yeah.
I know he doesn't do Homer, but he does a ton of them. I'll put some pictures here of the voices he does. He's done a ton of work, and it's all mainly comedic. And his face really worked for the character he played in this.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I remember seeing him be like, Hank Azaria. What the fuck is Hank Azaria doing in here? Because at first I didn't know what. You don't put the name to faces when you watch The Simpsons. They're
Sure.
they're
You just think of the characters.
voices. But he's a heavy hitter at The Simpsons.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, so he's the one he's like, Jesus. Like, I don't know if he just like knew somebody that was on set.
Was that the Ralph guy?
Val Kilmer's wife is with now.
Oh,
The one he goes, you got a great ass. The one he's saying that to.
Yeah,
And they're
no,
trying to
okay.
flip him to get Chris. That guy is Hank Azaria. That's the
Okay.
Simpsons guy. Which is just cool. Since we're talking
But
about
his face is like kind of like schemy, kind of like
yeah, he
you
can
know.
play like a I don't know, because he looks like he's kind of arrogant and full of himself.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
But,
what I got.
but he folds under being under a tough guy fucking with him.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so like I
He's
kind
not
of
the
like
guy.
that. Yeah, I mean I don't know. I just wanted to shout him out because he's
Yeah.
cool as shit. One of the things about Danny Trejo. Danny Trejo.
Oh man,
I was about to say something.
that was a missed opportunity.
What? Say it.
He just needed more screen time. I like when he said, "I don't want to let you down." I was like, "Oh man,
Yeah,
he's about to die or something."
yeah.
Well,
Oh.
he turned on him.
I was like, "Oh."
Yeah,
It was, like,
you're just saying
shocking.
emotionally, being like,
I was
"Oh
like-
man, that's yeah," because he's cool. Danny Trejo's got a cool look.
oh, dude, yeah.
He's got he's got a craggy, like worn leather kind of face.
He looks like all of our Theos probably. We've got a
We've
Theo
all
that
got
looks
a
like-
we've all got a Trejo. He's got a fucking Salma Hayek tattooed on his fucking chest. He said that they worked together on a movie, and he was like, "I got you on my chest." It was just some random girl he has on his chest, like a sexy Mexican
What?
lady. Yeah, and then he met her, and he was like, "I got you on my chest," like as a joke.
Yeah.
And sure enough, his tattoo looks kind of like Salma Hayek.
Wow,
Which is crazy. So Danny Trejo, something that I can't speak for every single one of his movies, but any movie where he's decided to play a bad guy, what he chose to do in all of his contracts to do these movies.
yeah.
Do you know about this?
Yeah.
What?
He has to die. I think
He has to die.
He has to die.
In his contract, if he plays somebody that's going against the law, who's a murderer, who's a bad guy, a criminal, in his contract, they have to kill him on screen.
That's cool.
Because he wanted to teach any young people that may be watching, because kids watch movies they're not supposed to be watching. If they were to watch this and see, oh, there's Danny Trejo, he's cool, he's a badass like fighter dude or whatever, badass criminal. The subtle lesson here was don't do bad shit because it is just not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool as fuck that he.
I
he
like
was
that.
I like
I don't
that.
want my nephews to be fucking seeing me do
It's
that.
like the opposite of like wrestlers when they or like what is it, John Cena or The Rock? They have to win, kind of.
Mhm.
They can't lose.
oh yeah,
It's like a way cooler version of that. I feel like.
yeah. I think you.
Is
I
that-
think I
is
would.
that a thing? I don't know much about wrestling. So
Yep.
they always that's in their contract. or
certain
something?
characters, certain actors, they have to always win. Because I think it's because they keep that
It's their reputation.
in character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like I know what you're talking about. It's something like
It's probably like their public.
somebody
image.
like The Rock
Yep.
would have to be like if there's a fight that he can't get knocked down, and he can't throw less punches than the other guy or something. There's like certain rules
Yeah.
to fights. So stupid. You
Yeah.
guys are so up your ass. That's such a dumb. That's such a dumb thing.
Dude, I'm
let
right
the
there
guys-
with you.
let
Be
the
like
guys-
Danny.
No, because you know what's something like what you said right now. Like, yeah, that's cooler. I would rather if I was in a movie, give me a cool ass death scene, bro. I don't want to
Yeah.
make it. I don't want to make it the whole movie. I don't want to be the fucking loser walking off at the end of the sunset
Yeah,
or
no.
the closing credits.
Well, but if you're the good guy, I mean, I don't think it really. If you're in a movie, shoot, I don't care if you have me live or die. Shoot, I'll be in the movie.
I think if I were allowed to be in a movie, I want them to kill me.
In any character you're playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck it. Good or bad guy. just give me a cool death.
It would be cool if you're a good guy throughout the whole movie and then they kill you. I like those kind.
Those stories are cool.
Yeah.
They could catch us.
Would you have liked the
Catches
movie
you.
better if De Niro won?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would have liked it a lot
I think
better.
I really wish he didn't go back to that hotel. To be honest. He just.
So we were
got
kind
out
of talking
there.
a little bit about it before we started. So why do you think that is? Why do you think he did that?
Well, I think in his head he had to, because that guy was like, what was his name again? He was the Nazi tattoo
Wayne
guy.
Grow.
Yeah.
Girl, yeah, there you go.
Well, he turned on him, and it's like you do it for your people. Like that he needed to get that revenge for his team.
Okay.
Okay, that's like surface level. What do you think emotionally was going on with him when he did that? It would have been easier if he can be so cold and calculating and clean and everything else. Why go out of your way to do something explosive that can fuck everything up? Because this is clearly a switch for him.
I think it was emotional, just super emotional. He was mad at him because of what he did. I don't really see another way to look at it.
I don't know. I thought you were going to say something like, this is an example of his ego.
You know,
I kind of set you up for it, but it's all right.
I kind of said that off screen that we're that it's kind of like an ego thing. Like he definitely
pride.
just
Yeah.
because he didn't need to. He was gonna get on the airplane and be in the Bahamas or something. I don't know if they discussed where he was going, but it doesn't matter. So he's gonna get away, and all he had to do was just go to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, nah, fuck that. That guy, he's the reason why all this shit went down. He's the reason why I got all this heat. So I want to make sure that I see this through. And he's just like, I think that's probably the big motivation in it.
yeah, you're right.
I think
agree with that.
It got him in a like that. This is the reason why my score got fucked up, and I'm usually professional. This is on my reputation also. It's not just it would have chewed at him. Let's say he had gone, he would have been bothered by the fact that Wayne Grow is still out there.
That's kind of what I was. Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to
He
get
would
at.
have got it away.
If he would have been sitting there with Edie over there, and he would have been like, "This bitch, I gotta go get Wayne Grow." I imagine him. They're like buying plants for their new apartment, their new house, and he sees a bag of Miracle Grow, and he's like, "Miracle Grow, Wayne Grow." He never stops thinking
He just
about
sees
it.
that mullet.
He never stops thinking about
He
it.
sees that mullet.
This is a mullet.
Yeah.
He gets triggered.
Yeah, he sees a bald guy with a long hair everywhere else. He's like, son of a
Hits him with a flashlight.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking Wayne Grow. There are a couple of shout outs. We talked about this in our No Country for Old Men episode. At the very end, we were kind of just shooting the shit on this. There are a couple of Grand Theft Auto 5 references in here, or vice versa. They reference Heat a couple of times.
Oh no,
The big one, of course, is the boiler suits and the hockey mask. So it's clearly, I don't know if you're familiar with that game at all. You just commit chaos and crimes, and you do scores. So you pretend you're the Heat guys basically when you play this game.
Gotcha. So you're saying
The games reference the movie a couple of times. There's probably several, but the big one that you can see like right away, it's kind of unmistakable that this isn't a Heat thing, is you have to go buy masks and you have to go buy boiler suits to pull off a score, and it's clearly them in the beginning knocking off that one truck.
That's pretty cool.
And then the apartment or the mansion or house or whatever that Trejo gets killed in, there's a shot of it outside. Mm-hmm. And you can see that it's like on this like
sloped house,
cliff
or something.
In GTA 5, one of your characters gets pissed and tries to get someone out of that house, puts a like a winch and like pulls. You remember that? It like pulls that part out and the house falls down.
Oh wait.
Oh, I think.
But it's designed just like the house in this, and I was like, because they're in California.
Mhm.
It's like their version of LA.
Right.
So
cool.
yeah, they do. But
That's
I mean,
cool.
the GTA games do that all the time. They're always like, because they take from what they know. They know Scarface. They know Godfather. They know all these.
And the shooting scenes kind of reminded me a lot of Grand Theft Auto. Like,
Oh, they were highly.
I was wondering
highly.
if this is like that was the movie that got like people into liking heist stuff. Because I don't really know if there was any big heist movies before that. I was like, oh,
I'm sure
this,
there has been, but I bet you this is up there for.
This is a big one.
I was gonna ask you, name a heist movie better than this,
Oh,
since you rated it so low.
but I wouldn't necessarily consider. I guess
It's a heist movie. Can't argue it. The whole point of the movie is a heist.
I mean, I can't think of any heist movies off the top of my head.
There's a famous GIF. How do you say those?
GIF.
Where it's like the moving thing that they got from a Cat Williams special. Where do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Well, I don't know the.
He
I don't
goes.
know the gift, but
he
know
goes.
Cat Williams.
It's all right. I'll wait. Or it's okay. I'll wait. I'm gonna put that there when I ask you to name a better heist movie. It's all right. I'll wait. And then you're just like, oh, I don't know. There isn't one.
Fuck you, Justin.
I guess there's not one. This
Hey,
2 out of 5
You
movie.
name me a heist movie.
A heist movie. Inside Man.
I've never seen that one.
Another. Okay, I'm thinking Jailbreak movie. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
See, there's
Can't
not
think
that
of
many.
anything. It just makes me think of games.
Okay, I don't want to talk about video games right now.
You just brought up Grand Theft Auto.
I know, but it's gonna be shit I don't know.
You ever heard of Payday?
I can only bring
Payday?
up. I can only bring up the one that I know. I can't.
My
You know
brother
Payday?
played that. Yeah.
It's just heists. That's all it is. You grab bags of money. You wear masks. It's like
So they definitely saw Heat.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that a lot of those video games, other movies have probably ripped off a lot. Like that scene where they're shooting, I'm sure that was a. I haven't really seen a lot of scenes that are like that intense. That was probably my favorite part of the movie.
I just saw this the scene with Van Kilmer where he has the was it M16 I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's shooting at the cops. They show that tactical reload he does to like Marines or something because he does it in like 3 seconds. Where he takes it out, boom, puts the next one in, and apparently that's one of the clips they watch to get it in their head how fast they have to be.
Oh wow!
Like-
Oh, I think I saw that.
It's like 3 seconds.
yeah,
Where he made it seem seamless.
Yeah, that was good. That was clean.
Do y'all know if they use like actual? They don't use actual ammunition. I'm sure it's all blanks and stuff.
Jeremy.
right?
Why
I
would
don't
they
know,
use
bro.
real ammunition?
No, they were
dude?
shooting
I
at
don't
each other.
know.
They were shooting at each other.
Not for like the whole thing.
Val Kilmer actually died.
Robert-
Oh wait.
I think that's really good. I'm talking about like maybe there was a few scenes where they're like, hey, let's actually use ammunition.
They probably Here's what you can do: is you can make a shell that has the powder, but not the actual bullet
What,
at the tip.
blanks?
They're
Gotcha.
called blanks.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you could, for weight and for how it actually makes the gun react, you can use blanks. So they were probably using blanks.
Gotcha.
And what's cool about the shootout and why one of the reasons it felt so intense was not just because you got to think they probably mapped this out like second for second. Where are the cameras going to be? What's the next scene? When they storyboarded this, they had the whole like setup, the whole way they were going to do the shootout was all laid out and mapped. They had to have, right?
Oh yeah.
So one of the things that's intense about that movie is not just like where the cuts are and like how it just shows where the action is, because it's frenetic, and that's part of why it's exciting. But one of the things is Michael Mann made a point to hide mics just a little bit off screen or like behind stuff while the gunfight is going on. So instead of what they normally do in action movies, shootouts, guns, they'll dub that sound of a gunshot going in.
Right.
They'll like edit in a gunshot
Honestly,
sound.
I was like, wow, these gunshots?
They sound
these are good.
legit, right?
This is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
I like
you're
that.
hearing bum, 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 bum. Yeah, they were the blinks, the sounds of the actual blinks going off, not
Wow.
dubbed sound into it,
Wow.
Super
which
loud.
is really cool because you can like almost feel it. I didn't have it that loud, but I could feel the.
Imagine seeing this in theater. Like, oh man.
I wish I'd seen it in theaters, man.
Right?
Yeah, I wish.
Maybe I would've liked
My
it
mom would have
better.
taken me as a child, a small child. I'm 7 years old. I'm gonna watch Heat. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, fun thing that I did at the start of this movie, because I was like, Michael Mann is so meticulous. Nice alliteration there. Michael Mann meticulous.
Look at you.
He is so meticulous that I would imagine if they're going to mention something like, hey, the call's out, we got 3 minutes, go. I took my phone out and I did the stopwatch.
Oh my god, no way.
you
I swear to God.
didn't.
No
Yeah.
way he did in 3
Yeah.
minutes.
Was it?
It was, I wrote it down, 2 minutes and 25 seconds is when the
Wow.
cops show up.
Wow, that's pretty
And then
cool.
later on when they reference it, he's like, yeah, they get it out in under 3 minutes? So that was legit.
That's cool.
I timed it.
I can
Because remember
respect that.
Jeremy and I talked about what movie were we talking? Indiana Jones or something. We were talking about how whenever there's or water, holding your breath underwater or something.
Yes.
Sometimes you time it.
Right.
And one of the worst ones is Indiana Jones when like something's gonna cut him, and then it looks like it's about to get him on the next one, and then the next scene he's like back here again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I
Yeah,
was
the
like,
consistency is so bad in some
well, you know,
films.
because you're supposed to suspend your disbelief. But I was like, I'm not going to do that. I want to see like exactly how long it is, and it's just under 3 minutes.
Yeah,
It's
that I can hang my hat on, because that's pretty cool. I would
Yeah.
want to do that if I'm making a film. Like if they said 3 minutes, we got to shoot it that it is 3 minutes.
yeah, we got and edit it down to make sure it's under 3 minutes. Yeah,
Right.
and yeah, it was legit.
And the fact that it was 2 minutes 25 seconds is perfect, because you need that.
It can't
extra
be
time.
exactly
right.
3 minutes. Yeah,
Because that's it's all fiction, but if it was real life, that's the exact time you'd want to get out. You don't want to get out right at 3 minutes. You want to get right before, so you can.
and it would have been faster had they not had to murder the two guys.
Yeah,
3 guys,
true.
whatever it was.
Yeah, one
2,
Wayne.
and then an execution on a third.
freaking Wayne Grow.
Fucking Miracle Grow. So let's see. There's a couple of other things here. So there's an urban legend. I don't know if you might be too young to have heard this. You might have heard this. So there's a lot of like random urban legends before the internet was huge, where people would just like tell stories about like Marilyn Manson taking out a rib so that he could on himself.
Right.
So there's like the Richard Gere one where he put a gerbil up his ass, and that like was a random thing that was, and it's a story that I heard, and I was like, I don't know why everyone knows this. It wasn't through emails, it wasn't through memes, it wasn't through scrolling around on the phone.
Well, there was one kind of recent, like Lady Gaga was a guy. Did you?
Oh, I
did you guys?
I heard that.
Or
yeah.
Michelle Obama.
Oh, is that one too?
Yeah, that's one.
Michael.
Michael.
Michael Obama.
What was anyway?
I don't know.
So there's kind of one like that, not as salacious, but one that's kind of involved in this. That upon reflection, it's really fucking stupid. But I heard about this movie was the two actors here, De Niro and Pacino, disliked one another so much, and their egos and pride were so high that they never were actually in the same room together during the filming of this. It's an urban legend. It's obviously not true. They did not CGI one another out, because there are scenes
Oh
in the
my
diner
God.
where they're in the same shot.
Right.
You could do a shot reverse shot type thing.
Right, but
They didn't do that in here. You see them both in the same room. But I wanted to ask if y'all had heard that, because it's an urban legend that's like anytime if you bring this movie up to some people, they'll be like, "Oh, did you hear that they hated working together
Right.
so much they never were in the same room?" And you go, "Yeah."
I want to say I have heard this before.
It's
but
kind of one of those things that's
you-
known, quote unquote.
do we know at least? I mean, not specifically for this movie, but do we even know that if Al Pacino and Robert De Niro just don't necessarily like each other? Is that confirmed?
When I saw what
No, I want to know.
when I saw them do interview about this movie, Pacino was like, "Yeah, I don't know where that came from," because he talks like, "Yeah, I don't know where that came from," because they've worked together on several movies.
Yeah, they have.
I looked that up. 11.
They've been in 11 movies together.
11 movies.
Wow, that's crazy.
So
Wait, 11?
That's what I saw. What did?
Did you put a list? Did you make a list? Did you see? Do you know what they were?
No.
The only ones that I like have seen that I remember them in besides this was The Godfather 2,
Godfather.
That's one of them.
Godfather 2.
Right,
But they don't even act in the same scene because
it's different.
It's different
time.
times. Yeah. There's a movie called The Righteous Kill, which they're both cops in that one, so it's kind of a nod to Heat. Because everything they work together in is going to be some kind of criminal movie,
Yeah,
right?
you can't put De Niro in a non-criminal type movie.
Right. And then they were in The Irishman.
That was kind of recent, right?
Yeah, it's a
Al
Martin
Pacino's in that
Scorsese.
too?
Yeah, he plays Jimmy Hoffa,
Mm.
who famously went missing over some fucking gangster shit. So
I need to watch that one. I've heard mixed reviews.
I hate it.
Oh, is it?
I hate it. I can't.
Then I'll probably like it.
You'll probably love it. I did not like The Irishman.
We have different tastes in movies, but it is cool to see kind of how different and what we look for in a movie. Because I thought you'd actually agree. I thought for sure you're going to be like at a 3 on this one.
No, because again, with the thought that okay, they're trying to cram so much into this because of what it was.
Yeah,
that allows me to not worry that there's not a lot of character development in some of these things. Whatever.
Right.
I would have liked to have seen that. I would have rather have watched this as a season 1 or a miniseries.
Absolutely.
But as far as like, you know, you didn't really care for Al Pacino's acting, but I thought it was fun. You know, Natalie Portman did a really good job for being as young as she is. This is her like second movie. I
she's
think.
like 13.
Yeah.
Well, we just did Leon the Professional. Me and Brandon did.
Yeah.
And I think it was like a year later that
That they did
that it was in this, that she was in this. And you could tell she's a little bit older in this.
She was good in this movie.
For the little bit she has, yeah.
Yeah. So what did y'all think about the scene where she's in the tub?
I did not expect it,
It kind of
But-
comes out of nowhere.
but I was like, why is there water on the floor? Like,
So you caught that right away.
there's one thing about Al Pacino. Every time he got like angry, I was cracking up. I was like, oh, he's about to go on these get on these fools.
Yeah.
Oh, when he kicks the TV out of the car?
Oh yeah. He's
Like, what are you
so
doing?
random.
That's what I would have done. I would have done that.
Fuck this TV.
What does he say? What is his
can't watch
line?
my TV.
Yeah, I wrote something. I thought I wrote it. Maybe I didn't. But that's a fucking great line when he's like, "This techno something bullshit house. You can do this, but you can't not watch my TV." What the fuck does he say?
Dead tech, postmodernistic bullshit house if you want to.
Damn, I'm pissed at myself for not.
Are you Al Pacino pissed?
Watch the I'm gonna cut to me just fucking knocking shit over.
Knocking the mic over. Ah!
Well, they all get mad. They all have moments like that scene where De Niro confronts Ashley Judd's character, and I found that a little bit shocking. And again, it was sort of a peek into who this man is, you know, because he's typically cold. But what was it about? You know, I was trying to like find the cold reasoning behind it, but like he gets pissed that she's fucking around on him.
Right.
Why would he care?
I almost liked it. I was like, oh, this doesn't fit. This doesn't fit.
Well, it
Well,
does.
I think
It
that-
does.
I
I thought
think
about it
that-
because I think I know the answer.
I think it's just trying to build that camaraderie, that like
Mm-hmm.
you know relationship between him and I think it's Chris. Right?
Chris, yeah.
With him and Chris, so that
He cares.
you get the idea like he really truly cares for him. That's all that I really saw.
So for me, after thinking about it, why he got pissed and like tells him, you know, if it doesn't work, I'll pay for you to leave. I'll make sure you're okay. Because he does add that.
right.
Why he's doing that is because if she's pissed at him, she knows too much about their fucking crew.
Yep.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I like that.
So I was like, that's what it is.
Makes sense.
He still wants to have a hand in
it's
it.
both. It's both.
Right.
That is his boy. He doesn't want to see his boy get fucking disrespected. But it's also because she's stupid enough to fucking say something. She's gonna fuck this whole thing we got going on.
It does remind me of the last part though with them. That was pretty cool what she did.
Oh, where she kind
She-
of like waves him off.
She's like, "Yeah, don't come over here."
She like
Yeah.
sets him up.
Don't.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. You kind of don't like her,
Oh,
and then at that point,
man.
No,
I want
I
to
get-
know what happens.
I get it. I get her. I get why she. Because what else?
Sure.
She,
Yeah,
'cause
that's
She's
true.
got a
as soon
kid.
as-
She's got a kid.
yeah, she's got to do.
Maybe you would be
best
annoyed
for
at
her.
it. I think it does lend itself to growing up a little bit. I did see this when I was a younger man, and I think it's hard to. I think you have to watch movies like this like again, where I go back and I go, okay, yeah, Ashley Judd was fucking annoying, and you don't want to see her cheat on Val Kilmer, and you don't want to see her threaten to take the baby away and whatever. But when the first scene that you kind of see them interact, when she's like, well, where the fuck's the rest of it?
Mm-hmm. You get the idea.
You
that they're
get
like,
why she'd be like, what the
No,
fuck are you doing? He's like, well, I gotta pay the bookies. I mean, Like, you just went on this huge score. You assume they made so much money, and he's barely given her anything.
Mm-hmm.
And she has no time with him, nothing. She just has to deal with it.
Yeah, it's like she should criticize him for not wanting them to move their life forward.
I almost dislike them for like having their relationships. Like, they have kids, and they're doing this, and it's like, what? Like, I that's why I liked Robert De Niro. He's a loner. He knows he has the discipline. I was like, he's the only one.
Attached.
He's the only one that's like that could possibly make it out okay and like not have anyone get hurt. That like super close to him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like I said before, these two main characters are moving like this because in their personal lives, you see Al Pacino's character, his life with his wife is going in shambles. It's going away. He even says, "I withdraw. I told you were going to have to share me. Why are we having this conversation again?" Right? But you also understand why his wife's frustrated at him.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Right? And then you do what's the opposite? De Niro has always been cold. And their first conversation on the balcony, or their conversation on the balcony is like, you know, he goes, I'm not lonely, I'm alone. But that sticks with him. And he goes, I don't want to be alone. They're at the bar, and he sees all his buddies with their girls, and he's like, fuck. I thought this was a one-night stand thing, but maybe I don't want it to be.
There's some personal growth that is going on.
Well, he's trying to find a relationship, and then Pacino has one, he's losing it. They're doing this.
Yeah.
Because they're yin and yang again.
Yep.
So, De Niro, all he wants is to start a life, have what he hadn't had. And Pacino's character can't help but fuck it up because he's too much in his work. He's been married 3 times. He said that.
And this is...
He's like, 3 wives, 2 wives, this is my 3rd, or he says something like that. I don't remember where, stick it in wherever it is, but... So... this is a pattern of his. This is like what he does. They very much have their ideals going the other way.
Right.
And that makes me think about the end too. Because what happens, she almost dies, the kid, Natalie Portman almost dies. And him and his wife come back together because of that. And what happens with Robert De Niro? He leaves his girl and he dies.
That's true. Dang.
Same thing.
Wow. Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible. I think, again, the way that it's filmed, it's so stylized and it's so cold that, like, it is on you to make the emotional connections yourself, I think. I think what this film is kind of asking you to do in that way is to, they do kind of, like, sit with these characters for a little bit. They do. You see them all kind of go through their thing. You understand why the one guy who's the driver, you understand where he's coming from, even though he's only a little bit in there. You understand how each of the guys' wives feel. Like, that's so, like, in other movies, this wouldn't really matter. Now, for you, it ended up not mattering at all. But, like, again, it's kind of, all the choices justify themselves. Where you go, oh, well, why did you do that? And then you can point to a conversation that they had. It's actually pretty clean writing.
Yeah, I think so.
It's not like messy or clumsy.
Yeah.
It's like everything's kind of set up and all the things make sense as you go through. So it's like...
Yeah, everything. It just needs to be dialed back a little bit for me.
Yeah. I'm totally on board with you disagreeing that it's like as high as we put it.
Yeah.
But I really liked how you could understand everybody. At least I could, because I was like, oh man, the wife's struggling, but also she got with him, and I think knowing that he was not the best guy, and everyone's just everything just sucks for everybody right now. But they're all in it together. Everything sucks.
Yeah, I feel like that works for the cops too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, because you feel like they're really a team.
Even the good guys, the life sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a deep dive of who these people are, what their backgrounds are, what they can go through, even if they are supposed to be painted as, serve and protect our community. And nobody is immune from life.
Right.
And it's tough, and life is hard, and you got kids, you got obligations, jobs, careers, money, all that kind of stuff, and to see these 2 different lives,
secrets,
2 very different, opposites, 2 very opposite but very motivated, driven type individuals to go and do these things is
Like capable. They're capable men. They're
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah, they're all smart.
They're intelligent. They might make mistakes, but they're intelligent. Things go wrong, and they have to roll with the punches. They have to keep going, and they both deal with it differently because they're different types.
yeah, they one up one another at every turn.
Yeah,
And this movie does it in such a cool way.
yeah.
So,
Like Al Pacino going, "I gotta hold on to my angst." I love that.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, because he goes, it keeps me sharp,
You're like, oh wait,
Keeps
okay.
you sharp.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
and that's not how De Niro rolls.
I thought it was really cool seeing Al Pacino look around in the scrapyard. He's figuring it out.
Oh,
and they
so
caught him.
These sons of
They
bitches
caught
are watching
him.
us.
He's like, I know what they want. They're scoping out the LAPD.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a baller move, dude, by De Niro, man.
Oh, to fucking be like, I'm watching you, motherfucker.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude.
And they're just
Yeah.
like bullshitting. They're like, oh yeah, they're talking about whatever. How do you find shit?
Nope,
you know?
nope.
Right.
So-
So one of my favorite blues songs is in here. It's called "The Thrill Is Gone" by B.B. King. It's the song that's playing when the cops are at the club.
Hmm.
I'm just shouting it out because it's a fucking cool song. I have to shout. We were shouting
I
out
did
cool
like
songs
the
in our
music.
last one.
I did like the music.
There's a I don't know what the song is called. I took a lot of notes here, but there's a version, a remake of a Joy Division song, and it's the part where I think he pulls over De Niro right before they go to the coffee shop. That kind of doom 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 doom. That song
yeah.
is a remake. It's a cover of a Joy Division song.
What did y'all think about that scene in the coffee shop? I thought that was pretty unique. You don't really see like
That was cool.
It was unexpected.
It was. I was like,
Yeah, how did you feel? Because you hadn't. This is the first time you've seen it, right? I keep forgetting to like press you on. This is your first time seeing it.
I was like, I knew that. I felt like they were gonna talk at some point. But just hearing them, like, have such similarities. Like, oh, I'm not gonna stop. I'm doing. This is my life. I think that's what got. Like, that's what made at the end when he's holding his hand. It just made it stronger, so much stronger. Because
Yeah,
they
'cause-
have that connection now.
Because you
Right.
set up, it sets up for you that these characters are similar, but they haven't sized one another up
And
yet.
they don't hate each other. They don't hate each other.
No, you almost get like a best friend vibe.
Is that why you wore
Yep.
that?
I wore the shirt because I love Frog and Toad, but it just so happens that they're friends.
Yeah.
Do they kill each other?
So that's De Niro, that's De Niro, and that's Pacino.
Reading a book.
Just reading a book, reading about metals. Lady, what are you so interested in what I'm reading and what I'm doing?
Oh, that was I like. Yeah.
She's like, God, asshole.
Oh, and it's
She's like, I'm gonna fuck that guy.
and the beginning scene where it's Van Kilmer, he's just getting those explosives.
Mhm.
I was like, what is he doing? What is he getting? And then when it clicks, when they're talking about the cops are talking about it, it's like, oh, he's getting these explosives because it's untraceable. There's just you can buy them as a contractor or something.
Right.
Mhm.
Or a
Yeah, it's part of
miner, I don't
demolition
know.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact they think of all the little things, all the
Oh.
details, like
Or it's either that it's untraceable or that it's so conventional
Yeah, that was what it was.
right.
that it doesn't. You're like, oh, it's just run of the mill shit. It's like they're not gonna tell that it's homemade.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of crazy. So this is gonna be weird, and I'm hitting myself for not doing more research on this. But Neil McCauley, the De Niro character, is based off of a real guy.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, so this career criminal who was professional, he spent 8 years in Alcatraz prison.
Dang.
And then he got killed in a shootout that was set up by the cops. Like,
Wow.
they set him up to rob a place and they were already there or something, and then he was like, I'm just going to go out in a blaze of glory.
Dang.
Yeah.
Knowing that what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So he was.
And again, I didn't do, before, y'all don't even ask me any questions
Right.
about it, I don't know. There's based
What was
off
his
of a real
middle
guy.
name?
Neil, fuck you, Jeremy
What gun?
McCauley.
What gun did they use?
Yeah.
A 45 double barrel fuck you, Chris.
I've never heard of that.
It's very. I just saw it's based off a guy. That's pretty much what I
Yeah.
got. Look it up if you're interested.
Yeah. We're not
Yeah.
gonna do the work for you.
I'm not gonna do the. What do you think this is? You think I'm gonna go do research for you?
Yeah. Hell no.
Asshole. this is like a classic rival story. I was trying to think of like a classic rival situation, and I was like, there's just not a lot that aren't romances. Because I looked this up. No, I swear to God, I looked this up and I was like, okay, who are like right? Because one of the most basic stories in romance is love triangles.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like the Twilight girl. She wants the vampire or she wants the werewolf. You know, one likes doggy, the other.
All
right. I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry.
All I can think of is video games. They do that all the time.
Right.
They do that all the time.
Go on.
Like Mario and Donkey Kong. Like they are bad guys in like the first game, but now they're like go-karting together. They're playing
they
golf
did the
together.
Mario movie with Pacino as Mario and De Niro as the fucking Donkey Kong.
Hey, I love that. Yeah, hell yeah.
And they reference Heat. They're sitting in a coffee shop.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Go on. Throw another one out there before I start doing my list.
Let me think.
Because the four examples I have are kind of doesn't matter. It's just rivals.
Well, I mean,
I can't really even think of any.
when it comes to video games, there's just so many. It's like there's always one, especially in old video games like Legend of Zelda. You got Link and Ganon. You got
Right. Well, specifically, what I'm looking for in this is like equally matched, not just hero versus villain.
yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Where they're like similar, kind of like.
Because I know there's a lot. I just can't.
So
I think
there's
superhero
name
movies
them.
does that a lot, almost annoyingly too much.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the superheroes are literally like kind of the same person.
Well, I have a superhero one on here.
Which one do you have?
Batman and Joker. That's
Right.
kind of classic. It's like
Yep.
the best
Yeah.
detective versus the most chaotic
Right,
planner.
But he won't kill him.
right. Or
Right.
like I think like even Iron Man. I don't know anything about Iron Man or like the comics, but like what I don't like about how superhero movies do it is where the superhero has the abilities, like for example Iron Man, he's got the suit, and then his villain is like pretty much the same guy. He's got a suit too, and they're battling out. So they're rivals and they're kind of equal. But I like Batman and Joker better because there's a much more difference in clash of.
Well, because Joker
characteristics
doesn't give a
and-
shit if he gets beat up by Batman.
Right.
His thing is like, how can I set up a situation where Batman has to make a choice?
The love of the game.
Or
Right.
yeah. So
And I like that there's also like complete polar opposites where Batman's a super serious individual, black, and then you've got Joker who's
so
like
De Niro
silly.
is Batman. And
Definitely, yeah.
Al Pacino is the
Pacino,
Joker.
wow.
Definitely, dude.
Yeah, so there's even like a personality thing.
Yeah.
So this one is weird because this is one of the only like animes that I watched because I don't like that many of them. Death Note.
Yep.
The
see
characters Light, Yagami, and L. One of them is the detective trying to fight the guy who ends up being a mastermind. They're both equally smart, and they're trying to catch. They're trying to expose one another and
Right.
figure the other one out. Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty. That's old school.
That is
Because I don't know if you know this, but in the Sherlock Holmes, he's not just like figuring out mysteries. He kind of finds out that Moriarty is like masterminding a lot of it to fuck with him. So they're kind of at odds all the time, and he's brilliant also.
Mm-hmm.
So that's in there, and then there's
That's cool.
The Prestige, which
Oh,
is
that's
Hugh
the
Jackman and
magicians,
Christian Bale, and they're kind of like equally. They weirdly like the chase they have with one another. It like stimulates their mind.
Mm-hmm.
But they are enemies. So I think those are pretty good examples for this type of rivalry that they have.
Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
know. I was kind of trying to
Yeah,
lean in.
I could see
because when I looked it up, I looked up what I actually looked up in the search bar, popular stories with rival main characters, and almost all of it was romance. Almost all of it across the board. And then
So
I put
it was basically like the two minus the like. So the love triangle is like the main person trying to pick,
Right.
And it's usually the other two. Those
Right.
are the
Right.
rivals.
Right.
In that example, then, yeah.
Right. In why I thought that's why it fit there, it lines up with that description because, yeah, you're either going to be into the one or the other, and it's almost a cheap
Cliche.
It's a cheap cliche for romance. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but romance isn't for us.
But it makes
So fuck
sense.
it.
You
We
know?
need to do a romance on the show.
I'm down.
Do we? Well,
Those of you that can see at the front of the table there, we have a sequel that this director teamed up with somebody to write about the Heat character, Chris. So Chris Cyrillis takes the helm on this story. Mm-hmm. So basically it is what happens to him after this movie concludes. He's still recovering from the shot to the shoulder. It does start off with him having taken off after his wife kind of lets him go. Mm-hmm. And what does he say? He says something like, I don't know, man. For me, the sun rises and sets with her.
For me, the sun rises and sets with her, man.
So, like, you don't see that much, but he is kind of like, his wife is the shit in his head, you know? So, most of this book, about half of it, I haven't gone through the whole thing, but so far what I've seen, about half of it is, it jumps times. So, it's picking up right after the Heat movie ended, and we're seeing Chris do his shit. Mm. And then, the other half is going back in time to see De Niro's character put together the crew he ends up keeping.
Gotcha.
So it's pretty fucking sick. It's actually really fun. It's not...
Is it good? Is it...
It's fun. Written? I'm just going to say it's fun because it's not literature. There's not a lot of poetry here.
Story.
They had fun making it.
You can tell they're just having fun.
Yeah.
So I'll say that. So far it's great. Heat 2.
That sounds good. I'd read the shit out of that.
It's pretty fun.
Where they left off at the end, just that scene where you can tell that they did not want to just leave each other like that.
Oh,
I need more.
Oh, yeah, when De Niro's kind of like, you mean he fucking left? You go, oh, man, that's rough. Because he goes to the Mike character. I don't know what the guy's name is in the movie, but the Breaking Bad guy.
Yeah.
The one who I'm equating with.
Yes.
That sets the score up, and he's like, it's a free country, man. He asked me, he said he was ready to go. He doesn't have to answer to you. Because he thought, like, oh, me and Chris are going to do this. And then he doesn't go with him. It's rough, man.
Dang.
So, yeah, there's a lot more emotional stuff going on here than that we have to put together.
Yeah, for sure.
So last, just to shout out a couple of Michael Mann's movies, because we know a little bit about his style. Now, he does sometimes make longer movies, but they're almost always really cool, really action-packed, and kind of an exploration on a type of character. So he did a movie called Miami Vice that was based off of like a 1980s show with Colin Farrell. I didn't like it that much, but I know some people did. He did Manhunter, which is adaptation of Red Dragon, the Hannibal Lecter story.
Oh, okay.
The first story where Hannibal Lecter is introduced. Mm. Michael Mann made the first movie, and it's not Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, dang.
I know. And it's very stylized. It's crazy. It's got like, the guy's got a weird like stocking thing over his
I bet you that's pretty good. I've never seen it.
Character's called the Tooth Fairy. Yeah, because he bites motherfuckers. Okay. So, so he did Manhunter, which is a Hannibal Lecter movie, which is crazy.
That's dope.
He did Public Enemies, a movie called Public Enemies. It's another
like
shoot-up gangster movie.
I've seen that one.
And that one, he does more handheld. So you can actually see the camera moving around because he's got somebody running with it.
That's like a 20s...
It's Johnny Depp as John Dillinger.
Yes.
The famous gangster. Cool. So he's done cool.
I have a funny story about that movie, but I'll talk about it.
Let me we could we'll talk about it after the show. Maybe we'll do Public Enemies.
Ooh,
who knows? Good. Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then he did probably my favorite Michael Mann movie. And you're going to be shocked because I don't really like this actor that much. Collateral with Tom Cruise. Where it's Jamie Foxx as a taxi driver. And he gets mixed up with an assassin who's Tom Cruise.
Yeah. That
movie is really fun. Again, it's just a cool action movie. You don't have to think too much of it. But that's a badass movie.
That's fun.
And then he did a movie about Muhammad Ali.
Oh, I saw that.
With Will Smith as Muhammad Ali.
Huh?
Which, I don't like Will Smith either.
Yeah.
But that won awards. The Ali movie won awards. So people like that one. Now, I'm probably going to watch it at some point, but... Michael Mann, he's got an interesting filmography.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really care for this, but I could see where he was coming from, and I would definitely watch more of his films.
You should watch Manhunter.
Yeah, that definitely I want to check out.
Yeah. I did like this movie. So.
Yeah. I'm surprised you liked it.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which one?
Just this one.
Oh, you're surprised he liked Heat?
Yeah.
Oh, because of how long it is?
Yeah.
I actually texted him about that. I was like, what did I text you? I was like,
oh shoot,
I was like, well, I was like, get home soon. You got to watch it. And you just finished it right before we started.
Literally, like,
and I was like, I don't.
At the buzzer,
he
bro.
was like, it better. Yeah, well, it better be good if it's going to be 3 hours long. And I was like, yeah, I wanted to respond. I liked it, but I don't have the attention span of a goldfish. I didn't say that to you, but I was gonna.
I think it does a good job of
there's a lot of action
fitting
in
that.
it.
It constantly has things moving.
Yeah.
Things moving. You're like, whoa, and then the next thing. Oh, then the next thing.
You're never bored.
No.
I found myself a little bit.
You know,
in some cases.
there were some scenes.
Well, because you didn't care about the characters.
Right.
Some scenes that stuck a little longer. I feel it's like this is a little long, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we're at,
What can
guys.
you do?
If you can do 3 hours, people binge shows. People will put
over
on
3
like
hours.
Yeah, that's true.
they'll sit there and watch 4 episodes of a fucking 45-minute show. You can put this movie on and feel like it was satisfying.
yeah, put this
Yeah.
fucking movie on.
Dang. Darryl said it.
Heard.
That suit, man.
Can you do your best? She got a great ass.
Got a great ass.
That was pretty good. Yo, that was good.
Should I have it? Okay, you gotta do it now.
She's got a great ass.
He's my fucking television.
And you got your head all the way up it. All right,
So
we're gonna get out of here, guys. We're having too much fun here, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Comment below
Yeah.
what we should read or watch next.
Yeah.
Chris, I think, is gonna come back and do Sixth Sense at some point.
Oh, yeah.
If Jeremy can make it out, he'll join us on that. But
try.
either way, Chris and I are gonna do that.
See dead people.
Spooky. All right, bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Later. Hey, Joseph, fuck you, man. I know you're editing this at 2 a.m. in the morning. Oh, never mind.